What's happening? Kyle Postlewit, aka Malcare here. Big Kitty Games. Got some bugs to be squashing, looks like. I got my own list of things that I've run into recently. Players talking about some problems here and there. I'm particularly interested in this. It's strange, and it seems like there's some kind of a item stack bug going on with some people. Not sure what that is or quite just how to test it yet. One dude here says that he went to craft 3 common storage boxes and ended up having to drop them on the ground. So I'm wondering if he set the amount to 3 instead of going one by one. That somehow caused a stacking issue. I got a bunch of stuff on me. I'm gonna have to go home. Let's name this guy. There's some weird biomath going on here that I want to look into, but won't do that right at this moment. Let me just grab some timber. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slots open here. I don't even have any facilities made up. Let's see, I guess we can set up some facilities. I made this world, so that's dropped. Kind of to play with the new biome settings, you know, it is generally better to actually make a new world when you can. I'm gonna need more ore than that. And I do not need these debugs going off here. So, if we're going to be making crates, it probably doesn't matter what we make, anything that can't stack, but whatever. We'll go ahead and follow his steps. So we're going to want to have a sawing station, I'll bet, and a woodworking station, which we need lumber for. So we got to put this guy down first. Let's get a stack of lumber. that probably shouldn't combine 1 to 1, really. I think timber's good for building. Maybe not, because trees are so abundant. But anyway, I was blazing through timber, making a couple buildings here just the other day. So alright, let me just pick up, like, can I get like a vegetable to just fill a slot somewhere here? There's a pig. I'd probably have pretty crazy damage, to be honest. Alright, so we got some hide. Inventory's full. I think it uses, is it timber or is it lumber? It's lumber. But, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and save. Crafting, lumber crate box, 3 of them. Don't I already have some dropped stuff over here? Let's do it over here, just in case. 1, 2, 3. Craft. Items dropped. 3. I'm going to drop that, pick that up, and it's 3. Maybe it wasn't crates, but it was storage. Let's do it over here this time. Crafting, storage chest. 1, 2, 3. Don't actually have enough for that. And my slots have emptied up. Let's pick that back up. 1, 2, 3. I got 1 and 2 dropped. Excuse me. It's beautiful weather today. In some directions. Looking a little scary in others. I don't know, it looks fine. So game is disconnected and reconnected. That was weird. Never seen that. Yeah, I'm not sure where that comes from. Another dude was saying that his problems were stemming from transmogrifier. So let's try and make one of those. I'll probably have to unlock that, don't I? Oh, that's not on a tree. Interesting. Do need a stone cutting station though. So here I can turn that into things like this. I don't have any odd numbers. So there we've got 11 and 10. Looks like it's all stacking fine. Maybe we should get rid of all of this. And I got rid of too much, didn't I? How about this one? So we've got 3 and a leftover 7. 3, 7. That looks fine too. Not suggesting that they're wrong or anything. It's just don't know how to initiate the bug. If I don't know what causes the bug, I don't know what to look at, how to fix it. Moving on. Let's see. I think most of my stuff is multiplayer, so I'm probably going to need to start up multiplayer server. Right. So let's go ahead and save the facilities we put down. We're going to have to start up a second instance of Unity. Good time for some coffee. I think I stirred that. Whatever. I was really tempted to talk about it on last night's Steam post, but I think there's some things I probably shouldn't talk about on Steam. I've been meaning to make a Discord or a Patreon video for weeks now, like literally like 6 or 7 weeks now, and I should stop this and go make that really. I think I will tomorrow though. My wife will be gone all day tomorrow for work. She'll be back in the PM today, and I'm going to be streaming till the PM, so not the best timing. But I was just going to say that the sale went really well. I was kind of in danger of going under there, to be honest. Just stressful. But sale went well. So back on my feet. Steam has a couple of their own sales, both of which we're able to participate in, starting shortly. We're not allowed to talk about them, specifics, that is. But it would be nice if those go well too. So we're going to fake server, start a host up on this instance. And then on this instance, we're going to start a client, and we're going to use our local IP so that we're actually just connecting to ourselves. Suppose I should post that. Server's up. Let's connect the client. So we got skill points. We can go ahead and open that up too. Yeah, it's this stuff here. There's sync bars. Should be good. I can't read my own writing. Oh yeah. Let's see. So, same world. That's a bit of a bummer. Low on stuff. I'm level 50 on this character, but my skills are all 0, I believe. So let's see. The problem is with these skill windows. These, for example. So I'm going to give myself some tools. Oh, and this is multiplayer, so there we go. Sorry for cheating. Just for testing purposes, of course. So there's a bunch of tools for me, and I should be able to level up very quickly. And we can see that I've got one here, logging points spent 0. And that worked. Okay, was it? Maybe it was adventuring. I made this guy a stabby guy, didn't I? Let's go ahead and do a heal. 2, 1. It's working now. I forget just what it was that caused this. I'm pretty sure it was harvesting. Maybe it was attributes. No, it looks good too. I know Art posted about it. Maybe I should go read his post. What's up, Lucian? How's it going? Oh, that's right. What's up, Art? But he's got a bunch of different names. Well, I was seeing the same bug, but now I'm not seeing it. It's always helpful. Senior SharePoint admin. The skill point's going to negative. I forget which it was and how to do it. Sometimes they just don't work in Unity too, the same way that they work online. Yeah, I noticed it too, and it wasn't 100%. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so maybe it's just the crafting skills. I think it was some other ones too, though. But anyway. Update stats, crafting professions called on client. Okay, well, so I got an error showing up anyway. Let's take a look at that. Right, the exclamation point doesn't time itself properly. It's probably related to this. Let's see, player crafting 891. So this is supposed to be called on server, but it was called on the client. Target learn crafting skill. player skills. Target, learn, crafting skill. Under player skills. How come I'm not seeing that? Do I have caps locks? Matching? I do. Okay. Target, learn, crafting skill. Man, there's got to be 700,000 different things to learn in those fields, unfortunately. I understand, the free hand of trade has to work its way by letting everybody do things different, but it's sure annoying. Like, I got a buddy who's always complaining about audio drivers. There's 700,000 different types of audio drivers. It's like, why can't someone just make a smart, good one, and then everybody can use that? But preference and all that. I sure hope I don't ever have to learn other programming languages. I learned a little Perl, a little SQL, a little CSS, Java, C++, Visual Basic over the years. It's too much stuff out there. Yeah, it is nice getting paid though. That's for sure. So this is going to the client. And then this guy's calling update stats. But that's supposed to be server side. So that's not okay. Smithing points and smithing points spent. These are all under player crafting, and these are all... Oh, these aren't sync vars. Okay, so yeah, this should just be... Well, let's see. Target learn crafting skill by its points to spend, skill tree. So the server is telling the client via all of this shenanigans, we've upgraded a crafting skill on the server. Otherwise, we are telling the player that they're learning something, so they need to get rid of a tailoring point. Which you would expect to be fine. Points to spend. Update stats. I guess really if we're doing that here, we should be doing something like this. Current skill tree. Let's say current skill tree is currently a byte. Was probably converted at some point. No, it's all right. We can cast it. So let's do skill trees like that. Oh, he wants a crafting profession. Well, I think I've got a thing for that too. Let's see. Global methods. It's really warm today. I gotta turn my fan on. Yeah, it looks like it's updating it twice kind of thing. So it's the it's sending it twice. I need to convert skill tree to crafting profession, and I'm pretty sure I built a thing to do that somewhere, but I'm not seeing it. Let's see. No, 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 no. Compare. It's a bool. I don't want a bool. Maybe I don't. Maybe I should build one. Is there a better way to go about this? Let's take a peek. We've got our crafting skill, our current tree. So this is on the server, so I guess we don't need to do it down here. We're actually calling it up here already. Update stats, and then we're doing learn crafting skill. Okay, so we're already doing everything right here that we want to be doing. But then when we do this, this guy is calling it again. So what we actually want to do is churn all of this stuff off. Don't spend the SP, we're going to be doing that ourselves. But we do still want to learn skill, index, skill, add, skill equals skill, template, known recipes, known enchants, stats need updating equals true. Not necessarily, but that's fine. Yeah, that should fix that. Basically, before this gets called, this is already being fired up here. So we were refiring it. So let's give that a test. Player disconnected, so it'll save. And we can shut that down. Make sure we test it before just assuming that we fixed it, though that should fix it. Might have broken something else. Yeah, it should be fine in single player. This is the one that's throwing the error, or the warning anyway, is multiplayer specific. You probably didn't hear at the start of the stream there, Art, but sale went well, so I'm not going broke anymore. So that's good. If we can get a cool little introduction video going, I can, I do find success advertising on. I don't think I got any response from Twitter. I tried advertising on Twitter a couple years ago. I think it just didn't do any good, but I do from getting it Facebook and Instagram, definitely. It seems to be worth the money you put into it. So, yeah, both trying to start up at the same time here. Server should win, though. Server's up. Client is connected. So what do we need? We need crafting skill points. Alright, I got some stone. Let's just make another... I don't have any right now, do I? Yeah, let's just make another forge. Or let's make a deconstruction bench. Doesn't matter. Let's make a campfire. Only need 5 points. Level up. 1 point to spend. We'll spend it on you. And points look like they're working properly now. So that's good. I've had... I would like to confirm, actually, that all of the different types of meats are cooking properly. I'm pretty sure they are. I think somebody said that they weren't, though, maybe. If I can remember what everything is called. Let's see, can I copy and paste that? No. And what is it? Poultry. Okay, so I gave myself some of the raw meats. I got white. Oh, I got fish too. Let me give myself some fish. Does that work? Yeah. Okay, so we got... Oh, fish doesn't even want to go over there, huh? Oh, that's a problem. Let's see. That's going to be under inventory slot when we do the check to see if we are compatible. Is equipment compatible? No, it's interactable compatible. There we go. Forge, redding vat, campfire. We need to add fish to this guy. Raw fish. Poultry, red meat, white meat are all there. That should be all we need. I'm going to go ahead and not... well, yeah, I should recompile. It's a bummer. So we've got all of this. That stuff's in the campfire. We'll put the wood in there as well. Wood doesn't want to go in there either. What's up with that? Oh, it's because the server's paused. Okay, there we go. Queued it up. There it went. Fish doesn't want to go over there though, so I'm gonna recompile real quick. Let's go ahead and save. Be thorough in our testing. This should be fixed. Raw fish not going into campfires. Start server up. I bought too much food on my birthday 2 days ago. So I got like a teriyaki chicken thing in the fridge. I got leftover pizza. We got 2 different types of ramen. Not instant ramen, but good raw ramen. I bought salmon, so I made salmon cream pasta last night for the missus. Gotta eat that teriyaki chicken. Pizza will last longer, I suppose. Wife's coming home at noon. Yeah, I got lots of food for the week. Not the healthiest of food. I got a lot of veggies too, but I kind of want to get those ramens in my belly. I saw there was a show, or there's a commercial running about pressure cooking. There's some new, it's like an actual, the package that you buy the pork in turns into a little like pressure cooker in the microwave. It's got like a patented seal on it or something, so that with the steam it puffs up, but it lets it out enough to the point that it won't explode. I was thinking I need to get a little pressure cooker. So my wife's mom makes she'll pressure cook pork in a sort of a soy saucy Chinese thing. It's very tasty. Yeah, they're not electronic. I don't think, they're just sealed. So, okay, they're the fish works, and everybody cooks. So, I think that's all good and fine. I just wanted to kind of double check that. Somebody brought that up back in the day. Looks good though. And, oh, you can't eat the fish though, huh? That's another problem. Cooked fish. That's just going to be right here. Resources, consumables, cooked poultry, cooked fish should be edible. Too many settings. Can be consumed, 10 fullness. Yeah, it says it can. Why is that not showing up? It sees the fullness, but it doesn't give me the consume button. I suppose it's just hard-coded in there. Let's see, UI, item details, check for hydration and fullness. Fullness is greater than 0. We're spawning that, but we're not spawning the button. Use button, consume, drink, consume. Guess it's not marked as consumable, maybe? It's marked as a resource. There we go. Stop turning the camera, whatever. Cooked poultry is a consumable. Okay, so this needs to be a consumable. That should fix that. I don't think that'll fix it in real time. No. And this is actually a separate set of stuff, but yeah, that'll fix that anyway. So, what else should we look at? What's happening, KZ? Just trying to get some bugs out of the way. Let's see, the exclamation mark is bugging art. Check unspent UI. Wonder if that was just related to that minus bug going on. I don't have an exclamation mark right now. Even though I have ability attribute points to spend. We could make it check that every once in a while, but it would be nice if it knew better what's going on here. I think we just need to be calling this more appropriately when the multiplayer stuff gets called, such as is the case further down the line here. More like a multiplayer code starts quite a ways up here actually. My nose is itchy, bothering me. Upgrade adventuring skill. That's a command. Target learn adventuring skill, that's down here. Check is being called. Upgrade harvesting skill, that's command. And check, and then target. This guy's also calling check. Attribute, commands go to the server. Server is telling if we're local check, otherwise target learn, which goes to the client. He's doing check as well. The one we had the problem with earlier was with the crafting skill. So here we go, crafting to the server. If it's local check, otherwise target. And he is doing check unspent UI. So I'm gonna guess that that is working correctly now that we fixed that error. However, there's also load. Yeah, like these guys should all have this too. Reset attributes. Those are when you drink the void potions. And then load skills. Target load skills. Yeah, this guy should definitely call that. Oop, and I haven't been copying that properly. When you connect to a server, it has to send all that data to you, and it needs to call that once right away. I think that should fix all of that. I'll take a look at it again if it doesn't. Spent dex change. These are all sync vars, aren't they? They are. This should be unnecessary, but it absolutely does not hurt to add these in there. Yeah, wells do need flat ground. Tried near the start. Area's too steep. That worked. How come this was too steep? This should be just as flat. I wonder if that's on the edge or something. It's a little weird. Let me write this down before we forget it. Fixed raw fish not going into campfires. Fixed the unspent points available. Exclamation mark. Not managing itself properly in some instances. Can't build a well anywhere. Let's see. That is player building. You, sir, we're done with. We don't Player, building, place, facility. Don't think the check is here. It's within here. Collision is null. Let's say if it's a well, we need to test flatness. And it should be giving trigger interaction ignore, global mask terrain. I wonder if it's because it's too close to the player. It's going to, I can draw it here. Say you've got, you're trying to put your well here. You've got a point in the middle. It's going to draw a ray here, 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 and here to make sure that they are within plus or minus 10 centimeters of the middle surface. The code all looks correct. I could do a debug log. I guess we don't actually know what hit. Let's see, okay equals true. We could do, let's say, int ray that hit equals 0. Go through these by index so we know which one we're actually dealing with. This is going to be length. Raise I. And ray that hit, I'd like to uppercase that, please. Ray that hit is now going to equal I. And now we can debug. Let's see, raycast hit though. I guess we don't need that. Let's just not do that. Let's do well, steepness raycast hit, and I figured out a new way to write these so I don't have to do all those pluses anymore. Oops, not this, but this. Ray hit dot collider dot name. I think actually I want game object dot name. I think those are the same, but just to be sure. Well, steepness raycast hit something, so that'll tell us what it hit. So let's go ahead and give that a try. I can leave that there and just pick it up when I get back. Save, recompile. I did have it telling me something was too steep, even though I was in an area that looked like it was plenty good. There's some plants and stuff there, but shouldn't be trying to interact with any of that. It's only paying attention to the terrain mask with those raycasts. So it should only be looking at the ground, not the grass or any vegetables or anything there. Is what this area is too steep warning would be. There would be then a separate obstruction test, and it would tell you that if that was the problem, obstructed by something. but I was getting the too steep thing. You know, it did look like it was flat. So this will tell us now what we were hitting. What if it's supposed to rain later? It was really hot and warm this morning. Oh yeah, we've got thunderstorm advisory. That's cool. %50 chance of rain right now. It's not raining right here, but it's kind of windy, stormy wind going on. And then it's supposed to be lightning at 5. 50% chance. And again at 10. 50% chance though. I live in this weird valley where I've got mountains on 3 sides of me. So a lot of times there'll be like big thunderstorms going on all around us, but they'll never actually hit us. Pretty weird sometimes. Like just in the mountains, like 45 minutes southwest of here. Just had this crazy thunderstorm I drove through once. It was just non-stop lightning, like less than a second between bolts for like 10 or 15 minutes. It was just lightning, 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 lightning. It was crazy. I do very much like it in Japan. I don't live in Tokyo, which is kind of, you know, I grew up in Seattle, which is, it's not as big as Tokyo, but it's a big city. I just don't really like big cities. I live out, like say, kind of in the valley now, out in the mountains. Oh, I am on a little bit of a hill here. That's true. We don't actually flatten the start out anymore, now that I think about it. That's why you can see the platform's actually on a curve here. So that does make sense. So I think this is working properly. That does look like a very flat area there. I had it like right on this plant. It didn't like it. Well, it's not even telling me anything. I was clicking. Huh. Why wasn't it reporting anything wrong there? Well, I broke it. Now it's not saying. Well, too steep, yada yada. Did I get my for loop wrong? Yeah, I do miss, I miss my people. Yeah, it's not giving me that message anymore. That's a bummer. It's weird. Code looks fine. We should have a little grass removal thing around that guy, shouldn't we? Well, I'm confused why that didn't work. Let's put it back how it was. I'm gonna copy with the changes and comment them out. Code looks fine. Not sure. But let's see, add a little grass removal to the well maybe. And different food over here too. There's a lot of really good food, but it's different. There's, a lot of really good food in America too. So it's give and take. People that, my family that live in America, they're like, oh, I wish I could go get some of that ramen or whatever you got over there that we had that one time that was so good. And I get to eat that stuff all the time, but there's not a lot of good, like I can't get a good burger very easily. There's no Mexican food. Mexican food's probably the biggest bummer. You can't get tacos and burritos unless you go to like Tokyo, or Okinawa. Anywhere near a military base always has Mexican food, which is cool. But it's a long ways from me. That's like 3 hours from here. Well, you, sir, you need a vegetation mask area, I believe is what you're called. I would like you to calculate the whole outline. Did you figure it out? I don't think it knows how to do that. That's fine. I think it just doesn't know how to display the little, those guys. That's what it's trying to show me. Where are they at? If I hold down, no, they're getting closer. They do exist. I'd like to peek at these. Yeah, that looks fine. It's calculated a little area around the well that should be more or less good. I'm going to save that, turn it off. Let's start the server up once more. Probably the biggest boon for me, like actually out where I live, is that I'm not in the city. Because, thank you for the like, Alan. Because the cost of living is way less down here. My buddies in Seattle, they're all making most of them are making 3 times the money that I do, but they've got 5 times the expenses that I do. So I don't make a lot of money, but my cost of living is way, way less out here just because, property and all of that is very different out here. I mean, I've got a big house and a big yard, and, it was dirt cheap because it's a little bit inconvenient to, if you want to go, shopping at the expensive department stores in Tokyo. Because, like I say, that I'd have to get on a bullet train for an hour, or I'd have to drive for 3 hours to get to Ginza. I can't go to all the fancy nightclubs and stuff like that. But I don't have any interest in any of that anyway. So, yeah. If that's something that's important to you, if shopping and nightlife or bars or anything like that. Oh, if you're in your late 20s, yeah. Well, and the thing is, if you've got the money, because I dove into game development, and the end goal is to make a lot of money, but the road to that goal is paved in poverty, unfortunately. So, it's been really, really good for me to live out here in the sort of the countryside, because I don't have to pay $2,000 in rent or something stupid like that. What was I doing? I wanted to make sure that this, I don't know why it wasn't giving me that area is too steep warning. But it's fixed now, and I also was trying to get it to not... Okay, I want it to place on these flowers so I can see the flowers go away. There we go. Okay, so the flowers went away now, so we won't have flowers in the well, so that's good. Didn't actually change anything there. Let's see, what else should we look at? I gotta cross some of this stuff off my list. Skill points fixed. Yeah. There's some other small problems here. Let's see. For some reason, so I like to hide my helmet, like so. But if I take it off and I put it back on in multiplayer, it comes back on. Let's see, what code is going to be causing that? Probably going to be player avatar. And let's see. Probably one of these guys. On helmet changed, update helmet, update helmet, update helmet. Changed helmet. Let's see though. Change helmet. Probably gets called from another places, and yeah, this one already has this guy, so this is what I want to copy here. Before we call change helmet through these guys, if game settings dot hide helmet, we're just going to do that. Color 1, color 2, what are you? Color 1, color 2, doesn't actually matter because we're going to be turning it off. I believe. So let's just go ahead and say color.white. That should fix... No, you didn't like that? What are you? Float 3. Okay. I can just do new float 3. Like so. That should fix that. That was bothering me. I'll cross that off. We'll test it. Well, I'll test it before I cross it off. Placing a boat in the water in multiplayer did not remove it from my inventory in multiplayer. Command place boat. It probably did. But it, the server didn't tell me that it did. You know, the data is actually all managed on the server. Player inventory size is not equal to manageable tier, rarity. Remove the boat from the inventory. It's doing that properly. That is good. Minus reset. Update inventory slots. Oh, it is calling that. New list events inventory slot. Well, I guess we better give that a try. Looks like it should be working properly. What kind of programming do you do, KZ? That's cool. You do like tools for their books or client database kind of stuff. People underestimate how many programmers there really are in the world. You know, medical, education, transportation, farming, you know, pick any industry. There's programmers all up in there trying to make systems to make stuff run better, organize data better, custom applications for companies shipping seed around the world, whatever. Loans, okay, yeah. You probably got quadruple backups on everything at all times you got to worry about if you're dealing with money. My dad's a Perl admin. Usually he works for like an outsourcing firm, but usually he's working with like phone companies and stuff. So they've got like, 3 million user accounts in a database. And then he'll rewrite the code so that it doesn't take 20 minutes for a call. It takes, 4 seconds for the data to come back. Yeah, I always thought it was pretty interesting. I never really studied Perl, but sounds like he's really good at it. When he talks about it anyway. Maybe he's just talking himself up. I don't know. I know he's was always saying though that they always had to work on fake copies of everything, because if you make a mistake and it overwrites client data, you can't do that no matter what. They always had extra backups of everything on multiple drives, multiple locations. I picked up that habit too. I've got 2 local and 2 remote that I keep up daily. It's all set up automatically. One triggers at 12:30 because that's usually when I eat my lunch. Copies any changes to a different database that then gets uploaded to Google automatically later, and this and that. I've lost data before. It's not fun. I think we've all lost data before. It's not fun. Is it called Wooden Boat? No. Dang it, what's it called? Just small boat, right? No, I need the item template, actually. Facilities. No, where is it? Forming. Do I not have an item template set up for boats yet, maybe? Looks like I don't. I think I have a code for that anyway, though. Nope. I need to do one of the other 2 of those. Oh, achievement for gems. That's a good one. I haven't marked that down yet anywhere. Let's see. Gems. I'll just write that down for now. Let's see. Why do I not have that? And do I not have a console command? No, I'm gonna hide the console commands over here, but I am gonna look for boat. Is there not a boat? Yeah, I just tried that. How come that didn't work? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay, let's unpause you. Unpause you. Go into cheat ninja mode. There we go. Okay, so I've got a boat, and when I put it in the water, it's still in my inventory. But it's not really. So the inventory slot is updating properly. And I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to leave, and the server's going to save that. So this is being called, but I guess we need to call player interface dot update inventory, because this is not getting called properly. I think that's all that's wrong there. Let's try that. Are you on Fletch or Big Kitty Games, Art? You're already at... You gotta be in single player. 165. There's no way you made level 165 already. Am I right? I need to go, like, trim my nose hair or something. Feels like I got a cat hair stuck on my nose. Bother me. Big Kitty mug. I'm telling you, it's solid. See, it's not like a print. I don't really know how they did this. But it's like... It's burned in there somehow. Like they printed it into... I suppose, you know, you could somehow print the... what do they call that? Using ceramics. It's got a name for the paint. What do you call that? I don't remember. Yeah, I've got my... I got it right here, actually. One of my favorite cups is my Pike Place Market cup from Seattle. You know, which is just an hour from where I grew up. But this is, you know, it's like a vinyl thing that they glued over it. So over the years, I've had this for 6 years or something now, and it's starting to fall apart. But I don't know what this is. It's got some kind of acrylic paint. I'm not a big coffee guy, but yeah. I mean, you know, I grew up in Seattle. I love coffee, definitely. Fuck. Ooh, did I just say a bad word? I said fa. I don't think I'm not allowed to say swear words in any of these. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I didn't actually want to get in the boat. I want to pick it up. And so now I've got a boat again. And I placed it, and no, it's still in my inventory. What are we missing here? Like I say, it's not really there. It's just not, it's not updating properly. Update inventory. This is not gonna like wait a frame or anything. It's going to, gonna do that, and then we're actually calling inventory needs updating anyway. Details needs updating. Why is that not triggering properly? Inventory needs updating. I guess I'll go ahead and set these debugs on. I stopped everything, right? Okay. let's do update inventory slot. Target a client should be null. It's going to go down to here, and we're going to get string I null I. Then let's do plus I. And then inventory needs updating is going to get called the next frame and update by us being the local player. I'm going to go ahead and debug that as well. Shouldn't matter about any of this. We could go ahead and have this call for, it's going to go through all of them, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's just try that first. I've got family in Eastern Washington that runs a chain of cafes / bakeries. It's actually called Rocket Bakery. I think one of them's like a mini specialty goods store. One of them's a liquor store with like beers of the world and stuff like that. And they do growlers and all of that. But their main thing was coffee and bread. You know, they got like cookies and muffins and scones and stuff like that, which I love all of that. Really good stuff. I just have my coffee that I get from the store, you know, that's just the brand that I like over here. I'm not a picky dude, but you know, you get like coffee at Denny's or something that's been in the pot for like 2 hours. That's gross. I guess I'm kind of picky, probably. I don't get like expensive coffee or anything like that, though. There is some decaffeinated coffee. It's like cafe latte powder that I find every once in a while over here that I like, because I can't drink caffeine at night. I'm the type that'll keep me up all night. I don't drink caffeine past like 6 if I can help it. But that decaf cafe latte at night can be pretty tasty sometimes. What are these errors I've got in the console? Serialized object has been destroyed. Oh, that's just GUI editor crap. Alright, so I'm going to pick the dude up. And let's just move him over here for shits and giggles. And I'm going to put him down. And we want to scroll down. Warning, an error has occurred. Oh, really? No, that's just GUI crap. Quit being... Yeah, I know. Stop. Update inventory received 7 should now be null. Update inventory received 8. Small boat. That's when we moved it. Okay, yeah, let's just do that again, because that's... Stuff is being weird. Null to null. See, the server knows that it's null. Let's go ahead and pick it up. Oops. Pick it up. terrible swimming animations. Okay, now we're going to clear. I'm going to move it. We moved it to 17. Now then, we place it. Updating inventory. We didn't actually receive the issue to do this. How come that didn't work? Client player inventory update inventory slot should be 17 that we called. Is there a exit out of this? For I slots, inventory slots, slot I. Either one of these should have been called. So we're not going through this method for some reason? If physics raycast out 810 terrain mask ignore, I mean the boat placed. So we know that this was called, right? And I guess that would be clients or server side. Target to client 57 small boat. No. Hold on. Client player inventory update inventory slot. This should be called on the server. Target to client 57 small boat. Alright, I'm going to clear this once more. That's not here. It didn't produce anything on the server. I'm going to pick the boat up again. Once again, clear that. Nothing has been... Okay, we do have that. We picked up the small boat. It's aware of that. Now, stop it. Stop it. Place. Updating inventory. This has not been calling it either. What's up with that? If player place boat. Player building data boat mode enabled place boat. Yeah, I'm only actually 3 hours from Tokyo, and we're kind of in like we're known as like kind of the central hub of central Japan. Like you come here and then go out to like if you want to go to the north or if you want to go to the west. This is like kind of the last bastion. So there's lots of car dealerships and car manufacturing plants and stuff like that here from a long time ago. So there's a very what do you call it? Throughput of trucks that come through here. So I can order anything up until like 5 p.m. and get it the next day from Amazon because their warehouses are all in Tokyo. And there's trucks that come out here every day, you know, probably every 2 hours every day or something like that. I don't know how it works, but yeah, I can get next day stuff all the time from Amazon if I need to. Place boat. Well, it is its own Amazon, though, is the thing. It's not... I watched Iron Monkey last week. Have you ever seen that? I think there's an older Iron Monkey that's not as cool. And I want to see Tenet. I haven't seen that. I think it's still, yeah, it's a rental. But if you've never seen Iron Monkey with, what's this guy's name? Donnie Chen? What's his name? Donnie Chen, I think. But yeah, this is a cool movie. What are you talking about? 96 pod caribou coffee. Yeah, I don't think that that's available here. Because it's all different stock. This is all... oh, it's not anime. It's an old Chinese movie. Probably not supposed to play that on stream. What's this guy's name? Donnie Yen? It says Yen. But yeah, this is cool. It's old. Where's it from? It says 2021. That's not right. It's probably like 1995 or something like that. It's an old kung fu movie, but it's great because it's a little silly, but it's not too silly. But yeah, our Amazon is separate from American Amazon. I suppose Europe has their own Amazon and all that too. I wonder how that works if like France and Spain and everybody shares the same Amazon over there. Because we have our own Amazon, do with different stock and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and like I could order, like non-perishables and stuff are pretty much the same price, and I have Prime. It's like $5 a month or something. So it's pretty much free shipping for most stuff, and I watch movies and stuff on there too, so it's definitely worth the $5. Confused why this is not going off though. Debug log place boat. This is command place boat. Update inventory slots. We probably already got. But yeah, these aren't coming. Either one of these, it's an if or an else, so one of those should definitely trigger. For int I equals 0, the slot that we're grabbing is just that point. If the slot.item is null, yeah, either one of these should be absolutely called. If this gets called, unless the ray is not hitting, which there's no reason that it wouldn't, but I guess we'll go ahead and add a debug here anyway. Let's say boat placed. And let's go even all the way back to this stuff. So this is boat mode enabled. I'm going to call this place boat 01. What's the difference here? Non-player mask. Else if ray origin, ray direction. 15.y is less than. Right, this is the one that should be getting called, but in any case. Recompile those, try again. I ordered Poria. It's a mushroom. I've been having this weird trouble swallowing since like summer last year, and they've got me on this mix of Chinese herbs. That it's got bukuryu in it, which is Poria. So I ordered some poria from China. I just got it in the mail yesterday. It doesn't even have a taste, which is cool, because I know some of those mushrooms taste like butt. So I put some on my cereal. Took forever to get here, unfortunately. But be cool if that clears that up for me. It's gotten way better. It's just not totally gone. Yeah, it's gotten way better. That's why we tried like 4 different medicines and then like 2 or 3 different herbal supplements, and this one that I've been taking now for like 6 months, or yeah, about 6 months, has done really good. It's helped a lot, but it's still not like perfect. And what's different about the one that I'm taking now compared to the ones that I took before that didn't seem to have any effect is that poria. And it's a mix of different things that's then only 2.5 grams. So I think there's only like a gram of poria or something in there. So I bought 100 grams of poria, and I don't even know. I didn't measure it. I probably took like 4 grams this morning. So it's going to run out if I don't measure it. But you can get that on Amazon. There's like little poria tea cubes that you can get and stuff. It's supposed to like help with nerve growth or something like that. I took a nerve relaxant, I guess it was the first thing that actually had a positive effect on my swallowing, but it didn't last. Like I think I built up a tolerance to it or something. I took it for like a week or 2 weeks or something, and then it started getting not doing its job. So this is an herbal version of kind of the same thing. Seems to be working good. So I singled out the component that I think is having the largest effect on me. Hopefully that I can just buy that off of Amazon and put one of those in my cereal in the morning or something like that. That's what I did today. Pick it up, clear my consoles, and put it down. Inventory's not been updated. Command place boat and boat placed have been called. Right, this is place boat 01 and place boat that sends the command, and then boat placed is going, well, to right here. Right after boat placed is client player inventory, update inventory slots, new list inventory slot. Why is that not working? Because that should immediately I equals less than slots.count. Should be 1 in there. So we should be at 0. If slot.item does not equal null, we're going to get this debug. I mean, it has to be called updating inventory slots. Let's just do update inventory slots, and let's do slots.count. It should be 1. Right here we're adding to it. Well, no, I guess that is a little weird, isn't it? Hold on. New list int, and then I'm adding an inventory slot byte. Oh, that's just the capacity. Okay, so I'm stupid. This is supposed to be like this. Not in parentheses, but in brackets. That'll fix that. But let's go ahead and confirm that by recompiling and doing it once more. Sometimes you just gotta stare at something for a while, but that should do that. Something wrong with planners? I can do find all references and look at the lines of code that actually do that, see if I made that mistake anywhere else. These are actually lists, so that is proper usage there. Right. If I'm adding in an actual integer instead of a list, I don't want it to be in the parentheses, I want it to be in the brackets. Which looks like fine, good, fine, good. Fine, good, fine, good. Yeah, it looks fine everywhere else. Start the server back up. Another problem I had was trying to select a Solace for as your building point of reference in multiplayer. You know, a Solace is a centerpiece. In single player, you can click on a Solace to select that structure. In multiplayer, Solaces are spawned as separate entities because they're interactable. So when you try to interact with it as part of the structure, it confuses the client. Server is starting up. Go ahead and start the client. I might just go wash my face or something. My nose is really bothering me. Were there any other glaring... Well, I saw your screenshot too, Art. That's definitely a problem. Was that single player? Your pothole? I didn't actually look close at the screenshot, I guess. And Unity is using up all of my processing power somehow. I've only got 6 cores. I don't know why it's able to do that. I've probably pushed start and stop so many times. I'm running out of memory. Yeah. And pick it up. Let's move it over here. Put it down, and it's now gone. So that fixed that. I'm actually not going to... Let's reconnect there. Actually, I didn't mean to stop that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure just by looking at it, it probably went down to 0. And the ground that you're at here is mountainy, so you're probably up at like 1,000 meters or more, 1,200 meters. So that would be a long fall. It's an interesting shape. It kind of looks like one of the grass patches, but yeah, not sure what would cause that, to be honest. Some bad biome math or something going on there. Unable to open Solace. Stribs' wording is always difficult for me to understand for some reason. I don't know why that is. If it's just me or what. Cooked fish is still not showing up. Did I not? Were we still in the middle of that? What happened to that? I thought we were working on that just a second ago. I changed it to... Maybe it didn't actually update that in my shadow copy of Unity here until I reload and re-import this stuff. Let's see. Item templates is what I want. Consumables, raw fish, still... No, it's marked as consumable. We'll have to restart and double check that. So it's in my inventory, that's good. Anyway, I want to build a Solace out here. Let's snap it. And I'm gonna lock it. And I also want to try to select it. Let's see, I'll go ahead and lock it first. Locked. There's a few things that I noticed. For one, locked Solaces were still showing up on the map, which is probably something that we don't want. And this is the error that I was talking about. Building hit, but unable to grab structure. That is correct. Let's see though. I don't think the Solace is aware of the structure. Oops, where am I? Over here. Or is he? Building recipe slot, upgrade, structure name. He's not. He probably is on the server. But... So I could do a little physics check. That still wouldn't be guaranteed. For example... Say I selected this guy and I went over here and I did this and then I got rid of that. Technically there's nothing underneath this guy at the moment, so I couldn't guarantee that a physics check underneath him is going to reward me the structure that I'm looking for. I believe on the server... that the Solace is aware of the name of his parent structure. We don't spawn water on the server, so it looks a little funky out here. He should be a part of this, even though he's not rendering. No? What's going on here? No, it's right here, right? Yeah, okay. He is not aware of the structure name either. Interesting. Well, let's see. I could ask the server to find him and get hit. Yeah, that's what I want to do, isn't it? Because on the server, it is a part of this structure. On the client, it's actually not. It's one of these network objects because it's something interactable. So we can't use him to find the structure, but the server can for us. So let's make sure that saves before I... Hello. Close that down. Malcare disconnected, game saved. Okay. I might want to restart this stuff here. We're getting bogged down, I think. Yeah, they're both doing 12 gigs of memory. Alright, let's shut them down once. So that's also player building. That's when we are in select mode in update. Select mode. Let's say we hit something. It's going to be building selected on building hits. It's the building layer. Building hit but unable to grab structure. This is the guy. So we don't want this to error. Let's see. I think it's only Solaces that are going to give that problem. But regardless, let's see. Let's say if the structure that we tried to grab as its parent is null, and we are not the server, that means that we're not in single player and that we are a client connected to a multiplayer server. In that case, what we want to try and do is ask the server to tell us the structure that we are trying to select. It's a little tricky, but I'm going to sneeze first. Maybe not. It's going away. Here it comes. We want the area as well. We basically want all of this to happen, but we want it to happen in a sort of, let's see, how about command select building area via Solace. And then you can't actually, we need to open the other one too, don't we? You can't select a Solace for deconstruction on a client either, can you? Which is a bit unfortunate. We'll play with that in a minute here, though. So let's see. Let's see. We're trying to grab the parent, grab the structure, but if the structure came back null and it's not, we're not the server, we want to go ahead and grab the interactable Solace equals hit.transform.getComponent interactable Solace. And I want to pass in Solace's net ID to this guy. Let's say if the Solace does not equal null, just to make sure that we have indeed grabbed something. If not, we're going to go ahead with this error. Building hit, but unable to grab structure or Solace. So we didn't grab either of those in that case. And in that event, let's go ahead and do hit. This is a habit I am now in. You need to go transform.gameObject.name that I used to not be in, but it's very useful when I actually report what was grabbed so that we can figure out what the problem was later on. So we're going to want to build this somewhere. Somewhere close to... I guess this gets sent to the UI actually. I don't like just adding stuff down to the bottom constantly, to be honest, but that's what's gonna happen. Void command select building area via Solace. We are going to be passing in a uint called the Solace ID. And what we're gonna want to be... oh yeah, we can get rid of all of these now. Boat debugs, that's all working as intended now. I think I had some down here as well. Sometimes we do like to use these, so I'm just going to comment them out. Player inventory, what was this? Don't need any of you. Good. What's this? Don't need that. What's this? What's this? I don't know why that didn't work, but it doesn't matter. Have a good one, Art. Thanks for the posts. I will look into the things. So I want to copy basically all of this stuff down here. First things first, I'm going to grab the interactable Solace via the network identity spawned array using the Solace ID. These are all of the network objects currently spawned. So we will grab the Solace. We will grab its interactable Solace script. And I don't think we actually need to worry too much about errors there. Now I can basically rework all of this code to just use the Solace. Solace.transform.getComponent in parent building area. Create a building area if we've grabbed a free building. That's not what we're expecting under any circumstance at the moment. Well, no, I guess we could. It's possible, huh? Building data, current building area goes null, and let's see, we haven't grabbed the structure yet, have we? That's what this ST is. It's been a mix of rain and sun, so allergies beware. Yeah. I can see what this is trying to do. In the event that we've grabbed a free building, we don't actually have a building area. Let's go ahead and grab the structure first, though. Structure equals solace.transform.getComponent in parent structure. I don't actually need to go to the transform, do I? Yeah, I don't think so. So, thanks for the like, Jeremy. What's happening? So if we've got we can call this now structure. And again, hit is not what we're dealing with anymore. We're dealing with the Solace itself. That's why transform is on there. You do need to use that with hit. Oh, I do need it for this too if we're going to grab transfer position. And we cannot use the building data stuff. That's not what I want. So let's go ahead and do, let's say, building area equals this. The building data is a singleton, and we're currently working with stuff on the server, not the client. So that would be client side singleton. So we want to make sure we're not messing with that. I don't want to update the building aim box. We're just trying to figure out what we really just want to pass the structure back to the client, I guess, and then he wants to do most of this stuff locally. So let's go ahead and not even mess with the building area. Let's see, if we do get a building area, that would be nice. In which case, we're going to have building area dot, not capital, building area dot, he's got like local, what are they called? Area X, Y, and Z. I think I'm going to pass those. The rest of this shouldn't actually matter. We want to do this client side, so I'm going to recopy this from our original code. Don't need you, structure, don't need you, yada yada yada. Yeah, so don't need any of that. We're going to make a target RPC, which means a specific client. Client RPC would go to all clients. We want to just go to our local player that this player building script is attached to, a player object. So let's do select building area, and we're going to want to do, let's see, uint for the structure ID, and we're going to want I don't think I want to pass a byte. I could do like a short 3 or an int 3. I don't think I have a short 3. I guess I can just do 3 shorts. Short X, short Y, short Z, like that. Let's bring this code down first and look at it. So grab the building area, all of this. Let's say that we're doing that here. Maybe we don't actually want to pass these values in yet. So this is now back on the client, so we can go ahead and use these singletons. Building data.current building area we're not aware of. So let's actually just go ahead and force that to null. And let's say now that we are null and we are not in free mode, we're going to want to grab the structure first. So structure, once again, this time though we're going to be using our network identity spawned list using the structure ID, as that is a network object. Dot get component structure. So we're grabbing this client side now. I guess I can go ahead and just call it ST like the rest of the code. So our local position within that is going to be hit.transform.position. We don't know that hit anymore though. So I think we do want our X, Y, Z. And I guess we can figure that out even if he is a free building, just based on his math. So let's go ahead and bring this block up here. Let's say if building area is equal to null. We're going to be doing that. Otherwise, we successfully grabbed a building area, which means that we can pass our target select building area structure ID structure.net ID, comma, building area X, building area Y, building area dot Z. So we need to convert those to shorts. They're probably integers, yeah. Not totally necessary. It's just always nice to minimize the amount of data being sent over the network. If I put these to bytes, client or server side, they're actually capable of going negative, so that could cause problems. Short would be the next step up. It's just a smaller integer. Goes up to 68,000 or something like that. So, assuming we have grabbed a building area successfully, we're going to send that down, and he's going to make specific let's see, building data dot current building building data current building area equals structure dot get building area XYZ. Force equals true is not necessary, but let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, let's do force true. You can't convert down, so I can't pass an integer as a short, but I can pass a short as an integer. It's not going to complain about that because it knows that a short will definitely fit within the scope of an integer, but not vice versa. So this is never going to trigger since we've done force. If building free mode is enabled, that's fine. Building data current structure equals ST. We are not the server, and we are not, we don't know that we're not on a world encounter, but we're not the server. Building current section. Yeah, that's not client side. Building UI area selected, box green, building selection. Should be good. Let's see though, one last bit here. If we tried to grab a building area but we didn't find one, that pretty much means that someone has placed a Solace in free mode, which is fine. So we're going to want to grab structure.transform.inverse transform point, which means we're using the structure that exists as our reference point to calculate the local position of the Solace in regards to that, and then we're going to grab the building area that is closest to that, and we're going to force it. So if it doesn't exist, we're going to make it anyway. But that's not actually what we want to do. What we really want to do is target select building area, and we're going to pass the structure.net ID, and we're going to use these numbers without the true, and it's going to want to pass those as shorts again. And that should do it. So we'll give this a try, and it probably won't work at all, and we'll have to look at it again, but let's see. Command select building area via Solace. If we have called that, we want to return and leave. In this event, we've run into an error. We also want to return and leave. If we are the server and it was null, we still want it to leave. I think that's all good. We rebooted both of our Unity instances. Should be running a little faster now. And let's give things a try once more. Small problems, but problems nonetheless. Let's see, you're set up properly, right? Fake server, force local, start host. This guy's going to load those as well, so we want to change him to be force local start client. This is just a little custom buttons I set up to skip the loading screens, or the start menu. I don't have to click a character and a world every time, since I go in and out of these game modes for testing 1,000 times a day. Can't totally see over here. Cat cam's out of position, and there's no cats on the camera. That's rare. It's kind of stuck here. Where are all the cats? Scattered about various chairs throughout the house. It does look like it's going to rain. The wind has stopped, but it has grayed up. Didn't get to cut my grass over the weekend. That will quickly turn into a problem. I live in a part of Japan where the green is just non-stop. As soon as winter's over, everything just shoots up like inches per day. It's crazy. Alright, so we're on our client. I'll go ahead and clear my console, and I would like to select my Solace. And that worked. He's not actually aware of the Solace being there, right? Did that work? Oh, that did work. Interesting. I wasn't sure if that would or not. So now I don't have a Solace here anymore. Well, I thought that was actually not going to work. So that's cool. And it looks like our code worked as expected as well. We were able to properly select the Solace. It didn't immediately understand that we were trying to grab the center, which I suppose we could add that probably down here. Current structure, area selected. What do we got? Building data, building UI dot I don't think it's it's a different UI actually. Toggle UI, no. UI is open. I think it's actually, what do we call it? Building UI selection. Select enabled. What is that? Building select enabled. No. Here we go. Building UI positioning selection dot I don't remember what these are called. Area selected, button click, maybe that's what I want. Button click center, there we go. button click center. That should do it. So that will just basically click. Since we're assuming that I'm clicking on a Solace when that method gets called, it'll also click this center for me. So I'll actually select the Solace that I was that I was targeting there. Okay, and the other thing that I wanted to test with this was, we've had some funky reports for the lock method. So I have now locked this Solace. I'm going to leave. I'm now going to turn off my auto startup dealy. It's going to recompile that. Doesn't matter. I can test it anyway. The server is going to be out of sync with that one line of code, but like I said, it doesn't matter. So I'm not going to auto... Oh, that was in single player? That's not good. Of course it worked. We were playing single player. Shoot. Well, let's try that again. Good news turning into fake news. Select. Worked, and we did get the center selection, but yeah, this was actually what I expected, because the Solace is not actually understood as a part of this building in regards to client side, which is a problem in and of itself, but the selection method did definitely work. I can grab the floor here and deconstruct and stuff, so that's definitely better. No errors going off. I believe currently the only way to deconstruct a Solace is to do so with this guy, and yeah, even that doesn't work. I think it would work properly on you, right? No? It's actually supposed to go into deconstruct mode. It's not on client. We can... I'm going to write that down in case I don't get to that right now. Client side deconstruct mode. I need to stop writing in this tiny little notebook. I have a bigger notebook right here next to me. But anyway, so what I really wanted to test next was this lock. We've locked this one already. I'm logged in as Malcare. I'm going to log out. I'm going to leave the server running, and I think that I can change this. I think I have a character named Testy. Let's try that. I'm not 100% positive that start client is going to make use of starting care there, but I think it will. I think I have a character named Testy. I just want to log into the same world as something else. So that was Malcare's Solace that he built and he locked. Yeah, so we're logged in as Testy now, who's never been here, so she's naked. And you can see I do not have this Solace. Solace number 5. It's not on my list to travel to. So I'm a little confused how... Gracias on the follow-up there. Mystica. 242. Let's take a peek at that. Real quick, I wanted to say to Claire. Was it Claire? Where were we talking about that? I think it was multiplayer. Lucy. let's see. I'm on a local MP server for testing and unable to see the Solace that I locked on the Solace on another player's Solace list. Bug may not even exist anymore. She said people didn't want to visit. I'm curious how this is able to teleport to a locked Solace. I teleported to the locked Solace and I couldn't use it to leave because it was locked. Maybe she teleported there because it was okay, so yeah. So did you recall to a locked Solace, Lucy? I think Art was mentioning how set home affects everyone. Let's see if we can't update that to be on a per player basis. So I think that's the real problem. And I can test that out quick enough. This is currently set as home, so I'm going to log out. And let's log in as, I guess I could have done it there anyway, but not a big deal. This is probably what Lucy has run into, I'm assuming. Somebody locked a Solace, but also set it as home. And currently there's only one home Solace thing. It's not per player. It needs to be per player, so everybody can have their own home. So let's say Malcare sets this one to be home. He logs off. You can't actually see me typing character names down here, but that's what I'm doing. We're now going to log back on with Testy, and she's going to use the recall skill, and we can actually just look at the Solace at the start as well. I think that's probably what has gone wrong here. Can hear the frogs chirping. Might probably means rain is nearby. So we can see, no, this one's still set as home for her. And if I hit recall, we're still here. Interesting. Well, let's take a peek at the code in any case. We're done with you. Good job. Did I add any weird debugs in there? No, I don't think I did. Good. Solace data. Add new Solace. Get nearest Solace. Don't care about storage. Town portals, resource scanners. Who is it that actually sets home Solace? That's going to be in Solace itself. Is home. Find references. This is the recall method here, where it looks for what Solace is marked as is home. Interesting that it didn't update for Testy for some reason, even though Malcare changed it. Anyway, that's the initial Solace upgrade UI. Refresh, here we go. So if someone has pushed the set as home button, this is local though, so that's not actually going to update on the server. Not sure what Lucy ran into. But we do definitely want to upgrade this in any case. If Solace number is the one we're talking about, we actually want to have, let's get a method going like, let's say public void set Solace as home, and we're going to pass an int into there, and we're going to do for int I equals 0, I equals less than solaces dot count I plus plus. We're just going to loop through all the solaces. Is there already something called this? What's going on here? Cannot declare, oh yeah, public static void. This is a singleton, so everything in it has to be static. For I, we're going through all the solaces. If, let's grab it first. Solace equals solaces at I. If solace dot number is equal to the number we're looking for, we're going to set the solace is home to equal true. Else Solace dot is home equals false. So all the other ones are not home. This one is home. We're gonna have to change this in like 5 minutes, but I want to do that to begin with. And we're also gonna want to leave this open, and we're gonna want to open player interface. I guess we could use player solaces, not player interface. So let's do that. Finished loading, spawn foundation, spawn Solace, spawn beacon, spawn... Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Convert, command, target, provide, send Solace data, lock Solace. That is correct. Rename Solace. I don't have a set home multiplayer functionality built up in here though, for some reason. This is some town stuff, storage, defense, obelisks. Let's go back up around here. We had lock somewhere right around here. Okay, so let's do public void set Solace as home like we just did. Yeah, we don't really need to do that here. We'll just do it on player solaces like this, but we're going to want to make sure we're doing this on the server. So we can add a little server tag here. I think that's called an attribute. And let's see. I'm going to call this server set Solace as home. We will then have a non-server version that anybody can call without worrying about it, and we'll say if not is server, we'll call something else. Otherwise we'll go straight to that method. Server set Solace as home like this, and otherwise we'll call command set Solace as home with number like this. So then we'll set that up, command void command set Solace as home, integer number and then we'll just pass that to the server method. So let's just make sure that it's always running on the server, never on the client. Set Solace as home. So when we push that button, we're actually not going to want to do any of this. We do want Solace upgrade UI.refresh to trigger. So let's make sure that we do that at the end of this. What is it? Solace upgrade UI. We're going to have to pass that back to the client though. So yeah, we're not doing any of this anymore. We're going to go to player script controller client dot player solaces dot set Solace as home. And what was the number? Current. Just grab this. That's the one we're currently interacting with. So we're now passing that to be checked to make sure that it's engaging on the server. Which means we're going to need to update client-side Solace data for everybody. But in actuality, we want this to be on a per player basis. So we don't actually want to just net, umbrella update everything for everybody. This data should be specific to the player that is changing it. So we need to build a system to make that understandable. It's almost lunch. Let's see though. Player client data, for example, could be a thing. I think what we really should do is get rid of this thing entirely. Just get rid of it. I'm not going to have it. It's going to throw up a bunch of errors all over the game, which is good because I want to change them. And instead, what we're going to do is when we go to our player save file, under here somewhere, player data holder, I want to add somewhere. Should it be at the top? Should it be at the bottom? I guess under stats somewhere would be good. Let's do public int home Solace equals 0. So this is now going to be per player, and they're going to store their own home Solace number. There's not just going to be a universal Solace that is home. Okay, so we're going to need to be saving and loading that. I suppose a good spot for that would be right here. Let's do public int home Solace equals 0. And this is our save function. So we're going to do home Solace equals client.playersolaces.home Solace. When we go to save, in case that has changed in runtime, when we go to load, we are going to set client.playersolaces.home Solace to equal our p layer data holders home Solace instead. And there's also create new, save new character, but we can leave him as the default 0. Save new multiplayer client as well is fine as 0. So that stuff is all good. We're not going to mess with that anymore. We are definitely going to mess with this more though. That doesn't matter anymore. Everybody defaults to 0. That's the one that spawns the first Solace. Convert network Solace. That doesn't matter either. And this doesn't matter either. And server set Solace as home. So what we actually want to do here is, that's all good and fine, but what we're going to be doing on the server is actually setting home Solace equals number, like that. And then we're going to want to, yeah, that's not public. That one above is though. And then this one is going to be our target RPC void target set home Solace int number, if I can spell it right. This is just going to go, if we went to the server from the client via the command, we want the server to then tell the client that everything updated properly. Target set home Solace int number home Solace equals number, like that. And this is where we actually let's see, target set home Solace number, and we actually need to do connection to client like this for a target, which is a network connection. I usually just call it con. You don't actually use it, you just need to pass it into the method for targets. And let's see, home Solace dot number, or yeah, Solace data dot Solace upgrade UI. No, where is that? Client dot player interface dot Solace upgrade UI. There we go. Dot refresh. Now that's going to be broken at the moment, so let's go fix that. Set Solace as home, current Solace number, good. That's all correct. Refresh. If current Solace dot number is equal to player script controller client dot player Solaces dot home Solace, so if those numbers match up, then we're going to be green. And we're still going to have some errors, I believe, under player mover, where we actually try to recall. It should highlight those for me. Here we go. So recall, it's looking for home numbers. We don't use that anymore. We're going to go through all of the Solaces, and if the Solace number is equal to client.player_Solaces.home Solace, then we're going to use it. It is possible that, for example, somebody marked number 3 as their home and then somebody deconstructed number 3, so now they don't actually have a home. So if this method fails and we are still looking for position 0, that means that we want to set it back to 0. You know, and it's actually possible that someone could destroy the first Solace. Is it indestructible? Pretty sure it's not. It could cause all kinds of problems if someone deconstructed their starter Solace. I don't know why you would, but you could. Should probably make it just indestructible, because there's no good reason to. but freedom prevails. Let's just go ahead and make it let's see. Let's say worst case scenario. Someone has destroyed all of their Solaces. Let's say if Solace data dot Solaces dot count is equal to 0. Let's go ahead and do client dot player interface dot add local message no Solaces remain to recall to, and we will color that red. I don't think that has ever happened, but it could. If that's the case, you messed up. You want to build at least one Solace somewhere. Assuming there's at least one Solace somewhere, again, we could end up with Solaces out of order. Numbers are given in succession, so if somebody placed 1, 2, and 3, and then destroyed 0, which is the initial one, and then replaced it, it would become number 4. So we can't necessarily assume that whatever the first one available we find should be marked as our home in the event that our home Solace has been destroyed. But let's see. Let's say for int I equals 0, Solace data, Solaces count, I++. We're going to go through all of them, and let's say that if, let's grab it first, Solace equals Solace data, Solaces at position I. If Solace dot locked equals true and Solace dot owner does not equal client dot name player name, we want to continue, which will just move to the next Solace, assuming there's more to look at. So let's set up a bool called found equals false, and we're only going to continue this loop so long as we have not found something. So now, assuming our continue has not triggered and we're still here, that either means that it's locked and it's ours, or it's not locked. If it's locked and it's not ours is the only way that that happens. So in any other case, we can go ahead and use it. We'll go ahead and say found equals true, and position, let's see, we want to do what? Client dot player Solaces dot home Solace equals this Solaces dot number, not that. And let's go ahead and say what? I guess we can make this int, let's call it int index, and we'll set it to -1. And so as long as index does not, as long as it does equal -1, we'll continue the loop. If we found one that we can use, we're going to change the index to I. And then we're going to not be using 0, but index. Like this. So we'll grab the first one that it lets us. It's not locked and all of that. Home Solace not found on recall. Reset to index. let's go ahead and tell that to the player as well. Client.playerinterface.add local message. Home Solace reset to should we do Solace data? I shouldn't be doing this over and over and over. Let's say Solace equals Solace data dot Solaces at position index. Oops. Solaces position index, and we want to replace these variety of calls with that, and then we can say Solace dot name and just add that, and he also needs a color dot red. Home Solace reset to wherever. I think that will work fine. Solace is being used down here as well, so we can't do that. Let's call this one Sol. Okay, so worst case scenario, you've messed up. Failing that, we'll just send you to whatever the lowest count one available is. It is possible that they're all locked at this point, so once again, if after we tried to find one, if index still is equal to -1, Houston, we've got a problem. No unlocked Solaces remain to recall to. So that would be a bummer, but it's totally possible. When you click the Set Home button, it's now going to do it for you server side, and then that's going to be reported locally, so you're going to know when you try to recall, it's going to attempt to use your Home Solace number. I think all of that looks good. Let's recompile and see if that removal of the Solace is home variable throws up any errors anywhere else. Probably will. Yes, it did. Console UI. Don't want you looking at that, but we're just gonna get rid of that. That's a cheat method to spawn a Solace far in the distance. Sometimes that's helpful for testing. And if that compiles fine, that would be the end of it. That looks good. We'll recompile the client as well, and let's give that a try. So Malcare should now be able to set his Home Solace to 1 Solace, and then Testy should be able to log in and set her Solace to a different Solace, her Home Solace to a different Home Solace. Which is good. We'll just double check and make sure that that's all working like we want it to. I'm gonna go to lunch after that. One more thing I do want to do is get those locked Solaces off of the map. So when your map goes to redraw, even if it knows of a Solace, if it's locked and you are not the owner, it shouldn't draw it on the map. It's a secret. I think we're still logging in as Testy. We haven't been writing our stuff down either. Let's see. Fixed not being able to select a structure via a Solace in multiplayer. Fixed is there something else we were doing over on that platform? That was the bulk of it, huh? So I'm going to go to number 5 isn't going to show up. I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going to set it as home for myself, and it shouldn't let me lock it because it's not mine. Good. Yeah, and I can just leave, and then I'm going to log back in as Malcare, and it should still show. Well, for him it's going to be reset to 0 because we changed the code. So everybody's going to lose their home Solace. Oops, chunk spawned via threading there. Everybody's going to lose their home Solace once with this patch, but it will now work in multiplayer and be persistent and be per player. So everyone can have their own home Solace. We don't have a way to lock doors. We can lock chests, and I don't think we can lock facilities. Would be nice if you could just go ahead and lock a door too, so people can't get into your house. That could cause problems. But someone could just build a wall if they were trying to troll you. And all that jazz. Let's go, Unity. What are you doing? What are you doing? Server's waiting for you. It says core up here. Hasn't started loading it though. Have you already chewed up all your RAM? Yeah, they're both running 10 gigs of RAM. It's silly. I do not have a supercomputer, unfortunately. Would be nice. So he is not set as home. It's still locked, but yeah. Let's go ahead and travel back to the start. And you can lock facilities. Okay, I kind of wanted to double check that, but I'm going to save and return to the main menu, which is going to disconnect me, so the server's going to save Malc's data, and this is set up to log into the server, so it's actually not going to close Unity down. It's just going to immediately try to reconnect. And I just want to, oops, did not work. I think it tried to start a server actually. It's funny. Okay. Save and client, disconnected, saved. Yeah, please reconnect Malcare. I want to just triple check that recall will indeed send me to that Solace over on the shore. And then I'm going to head to lunch. And then I'm probably going to make some more achievements. Let's actually go and look and see if people have achieved any achievements. It does show, it lets you look at them compared to other players. How do I look at view my achievements? I don't think that's quite what I want to look at. I want to look at, I think it will show me the percentage though. No, let's see, view global achievement stats, there we go. Percentage of all players. It still says 0 for everybody. It's interesting. Wonder if that takes a while to update or what. I'm pretty sure Art got 1 or 2. I started out on the server with a new tune, so I was at the starting Solace. I looked at the Solace destinations, and I probably made sure to see any hidden files. Meaning Solace's probably. I saw someone's base and teleported to it, but it was locked when I got there. I didn't use recall because I just started and didn't have any light. I tried running back but was killed, and that got me back to the starting Solace. So maybe show hidden is the problem. Let's see. So this one is set as home for me now. Set as home 0. So if I teleport, no, it did send me out here. Lock. This is not showing up properly though. It obviously does understand that this is my home though. Solace upgrade UI. Player script controller current Solace number is equal to player Solace's home Solace, then it should go green. Otherwise it should be gray. Let's see. Malcare player Solace's home Solace is 0. On the server though, Malcare's player Solace's home Solace is set to 5. Okay, it's just when we logged in it hasn't updated that properly. Let's see. Player Solace's, I can just make it a sync var, honestly. Yeah, that works. We've already got that method set up to change it. I don't think that those will butt heads though. And we don't have a hook set up, so it doesn't really matter. We're doing the target set it here in any case. And that is nice because it will call refresh in the event that we do change it. But anyway, let's see. So this one's locked, Solace number 5, but okay, so yeah, no, I want to disconnect and I want to log back in as testy. And I actually want to restart the server, don't I, so that it actually recompiles that sync var. And that should let us confirm that Testy's home Solace is properly set to the other shore in the mountains, mountain biome. And we want to check show hidden to see if we can see that locked Solace, which we should not be able to see, but it sounds like maybe that's what Lucy had. Probably made sure to see any hidden. And then I'll go to lunch. Maybe. Server's up. And we want to connect as testy. I gotta show you guys this card too I got for my birthday. Space cat eating pizza. What are those, pizza angels? Yeah, my Aunt Donna knows what's up in my head. Cats and pizza in space. Aliens. I can dig it. It's a great card. So we're over here already. It has properly set this as our home, and if we're looking for number 5 we can't see it, but if we click show hidden we can see it. Yeah, looks like show hidden is showing locked Solaces. So what's up with that? Not the upgrade UI. The rest of the stuff is working good. Solace data. That would be the Solace travel UI. Or is it just called travel UI? Solace UI, I guess it is. Just built within here. Let's see. Travel, refresh travel list, clear old rows, remove hidden and unowned locked Solaces. So if, that's all good and fine, but regardless of hidden, this, yeah, if it's locked and you are not the owner, you're not allowed to see it at all. This is its own thing. If, yeah, the whole hidden toggle is different, so that'll fix that. Just regardless of a hidden toggle or not, if it's locked and you're not the owner, you're not allowed to see it. And let's also just real quick, because I don't actually want to go to lunch ever. Just kidding. Let's go to the map UI. Let's go to wherever the Solaces are being drawn. Spawn Solace markers. For each Solace in Solace data, if it's on this world, let's go ahead and do, let's say if Solace dot locked and Solace dot owner does not equal, let me go, I don't want to stop it yet. Owner does not equal player script controller dot player name current save name. In this event we want to skip to the next. We don't want to draw that one. I think that is good. When we lock a Solace, are we updating? Button clicked, lock, where is that? Lock, 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 upgrade, button pushed, lock. If we're trying to lock a Solace, lock Solace, that is going to the server, and we're not actually updating clients with that anyway, though, are we? Debug locking Solace, send Solace data. We are, okay. It's good. So we'll update that. That won't immediately wipe it off from the map, but it will the next time the map tries to load. So if the Solace is locked and we are not the owner, we're not allowed to spawn a marker for it. So let's recompile those and log testy in one final time. and she should no longer be able to see Malk's Solace via show hidden on the travel list nor via the map. Fixed show hidden on the Solace travel list, showing locked Solaces, showing locked and unowned Solaces. Start the server booting, and fixed locked and unowned Solaces showing up on the map. And let's, not really a fixed, I put non-fixed stuff up at the top. Home Solaces can now be set in multiplayer on a per player basis. Can now be set in multiplayer on a per player basis. Added a number of safety checks in case someone tries to recall in a world where their home Solace has been destroyed, or all Solaces are locked, etc. One final test here. And actually, my wife should be on her way home right now, so we can have some lunch, and she is going to be working in our little bedroom office for the PM via, what do you call it, remote. And I am not going to be streaming in the PM, so I can focus on some mundane tasks. So it's not actually very interesting when I am creating these icons in bulk. Does it even show the ones? These are the global, yeah. I've got 2. But it still says 1% for all of them. So those must, maybe those only update once a week or something like that. Not sure how that works. And travel show hidden still doesn't show it to me, and it is also not on the map. So Malkair's Solace is now truly hidden, and that's what we were going for. So thanks for the bug reports. Still lots to fix, still lots to do. Might have had some new viewers today. We had a week-long sale last week. Lots of new players. In case any of you watching are any of those new players, thanks for joining us in early access. I'm the solo developer, and game dev's pretty difficult, so sorry there are bugs, and I'm working on squashing those day in, day out, but getting better every day. So I will be back tomorrow. Thanks for everybody that stopped by, threw a like up. Thanks to Stu for the $20 tip over the weekend. And